What's up, you guys? It's your girl Jakayla A, and I'm back with a unboxing slash review slash demo, whatever you want to call it. I bought this hand from Iguana. This is actually my second hand, but we'll get to that in a minute. And I bought the stand this time, and I bought the posable hand. My first hand, is not the posable hand. It's just, the flimsy topsy-turvy hand. It could just move all around. You cannot make the fingers stay where you want them to stay. So I got the posable hand. I also got this clip to hold on to the hand, especially since I got the half hand, which you're about to see me unbox. You really need the clip. I don't know. I was going to say if you're doing videos, you really need the clip. You especially need it if you're doing any type of video or any type of filming of your work. And I'm really trying to amp up my YouTube consistency, and my clients was just not cutting it. Doing it on people was just not cutting it. So I for sure had to get the stand, but I would just really recommend that you get the stand, period. I would say get the stand in general. Even if you're not going to be doing YouTube, you need the stand. So it comes with the ring. That's the same ring that came with the first one. This is April Ryan. I don't know if this is an April Ryan collection or if April Ryan was the name of the hand, but I really needed a lighter hand. I think April Ryan may be the owner because it was even on my other box too. But for sure, I needed a lighter hand. And there's the setup. You just can move the cord around. It's very hard to move around, but you can move it around and then position it however you would like to position it for your comfort. And we'll get back to that at the end. I'll give you guys a little side by side of my first hand and my second hand. But here I am. I saw somebody on, was it Instagram? Maybe on Instagram. Use these really, really long XXL extendo straight tips that a lot of people love to use. I think this is a very pretty look. I love this straight look, especially for square. So I, went for it this time around. With my first hand, I bought the tips that they sell, and you can create a nail bed and then use whatever tips you prefer. And I like that method too, but you'll see towards the end the look I was able to get with this being so straight. I really did like it. So because I don't use these on my clients, I probably only use these on my clients like twice. I don't really use these. Because I don't use them and I have so many, I'm for sure going to be using them to do my practice hand and to really perfect my foundation and better learn how to lay my acrylics. That's really why I bought this, to get content on my YouTube channel, but also to get better at foundation of acrylic and just get practice with that. So I cut it to my desired length, and it was shiny, obviously, because they're plastic. So because when I'm doing a client, I always take the shine off the nail bed. I did that here. This is the only reason. I'm using these hearts here that I got off of Etsy, and here's everything I use. I use Cover Pink for my ombre nail bed color. Got that clear from Nailed by John. I use 3 Valentino colors, very, very pretty neon colors. This is 112. This is 110. And this highlighter yellow is 111. So very pretty neon colors. And that's the packaging of the hearts. They came off Etsy. I don't know what shop. You could just put in candy hearts or heart sequence, something to that effect. The brush that I'm using, I think I got it from Nail Supply Glamour or Nail Glamour Supply. Y'all know that store. Everybody that do nails know that store. I think it's Nail Supply Glamour. And it's a really big store. I think they're based out of Texas, but they got an online store. And so, yeah, I think I brought this brush size 12 from them. And, yeah, I just decided to do one more Valentine's Day look because Valentine's Day is in a couple days. I don't know when this is going to get put up. But oh, hold on, is today Saturday? No, it's Friday. So yeah, Valentine's Day is in a couple days, and I just wanted to show a Valentine's Day look that was not pink, white, and red. I've been doing a few looks, try to get up on my seasons, and stay ahead of the game. Next holiday, what is the next holiday? Spring nails are coming next. I think Easter. Yeah, the next one is Easter. So I need to have my Easter stuff rolling out earlier. But I definitely didn't want to miss the holiday. I kind of missed the whole boat for Christmas. Then I missed the New Year's wave. So this hand, I'll use this hand as a tool to help me stay on point. But yeah, I just wanted to do something that was not the typical colors. So I'm just doing a very, very simple ombre and a simple encapsulation. So the nude that I'm using here is Cover Pink. I've used it before. I do like this nude, but I don't know if it was just the temperature in my room. You see that I'm taking some of the moisture off of my brush. I just had to dip back quite a few times to it. It is freezing cold where I am in this room that I'm in. My mom actually just mentioned to me like an hour ago that she's gonna see about getting me a heater. And so hopefully that comes through, because yeah, it's real icy in here. So I don't know if that has something to do with it or not, or if my ratio is just off. Sometimes my ratio is off, and it's, it's just probably my problem. But I had to go back. You're gonna see when I do my ombre that I had to do it in layers, because maybe I was just using too wet of a bead, so that I had to keep going back. And so instead of keep going back, I just laid down a layer, and then I went back for another thin layer. One thing about this hand is that in order for my product to not run into the sidewalls and for me to not flood the cuticle, I have to have the nail positioned down. I think that with this hand, I have to get a new filming setup. Right now I'm using an Archon mount, but with an Archon mount, I really find that the best way to do nails with an Archon mount is to, you know, have a real hand, because it's such a bird's eye view. And for me to lay everything flat and have you really see everything that I'm doing, the product might flood. I don't know if it's just, the fact that I had the beads too wet or what. I'm gonna work with it. But I might have to get a new filming setup. Instead of just having like a bird's eye view, I might need something to the back or off to the side of me for a different type of shot, because I don't want to have to position the hands so horizontally. I'd rather just have them vertical so that the product can, so gravity could let the product go down instead of to the side. If you kind of notice what I'm saying, if that made any sense. I don't know if that made any sense. But here I am doing my nail bed color. And this is what I was talking about. When I said I had to dip back to the color too much, I think my beads were too wet, or the room is too cold, so it's not setting very quickly. This is not any speed color or anything like that. Or maybe I'm just being too heavy-handed and wiping too much off. But either way, I laid down a layer. I moved on to my next nail, and then I just came back to do a little bit more and really buffer that line. That little line where the two colors meet. I really want to get that line a little bit more crispy than I was able to do with the first layer. So I had to go back and do it again. I ended up with a look that I like in the end, but yeah, I did have to go back. All right, y'all. So when y'all are filing and y'all trying to get that area up there real good, that cuticle and them sidewalls at the top, pull that nail back just like I did. What you don't want to do is put your file right up against the hand and then file into the hand. This like flesh-like plastic silicone, that's what it is. This flesh-like silicone is very reminiscent of skin. Like the same way you don't want to cut your client in the cuticle area, you don't want to have the file too close to the cuticle area, because then you'll put a slit into it, and you want to preserve the hand. It's not necessarily cheap, it's not the most cheap, it's not the most expensive, but you still want to preserve it. You paid your money for it, and in my case, I want this to look pretty in many videos, so definitely want to pull that nail back and get up against those side walls and in that cuticle area so that you don't damage the hand. Here I am using the diamond bit. Is in coarse and it's a size large barrel, and I got it from Young Nails, and my file was an 80/80 grit as always. So today I'm doing something real different. Now that I got a practice hand, I feel like I'm really giving like V nailed it. I feel like I'm giving her type of tea. So I'm going to go in with a matte top coat, which I never do. I never do what she always does, and it really does accentuate the details and a lot of her work that she does. So I was a little bit inspired by her with this one, and I did a matte top coat on the 3 ombre nails, and then on the encapsulated heart nail I did a regular top coat. All right, y'all, after curing for 60 seconds, here is the final look. I was really happy with how it turned out. I think it's really clean and really pretty, and I hope you guys enjoy. All right, you guys, so this is the finished look for the video, but now it is done, and you see how ashy and dusty it is. I don't know if I could fix that. I don't think that I could fix that, but I just wanted to give you guys an example of the first hand I bought. These are the tips that I bought from them. I like this much better though. Look at how dusty it is. These are just some nails I was practicing. I was practicing ombre gel. The ombre gel from Not Polished. I was just practicing it, but look at how dusty the hand is when the hand is so deep complected. I really wanted a deep complected hand. Obviously, I'm a black girl. I wanted a black hand. But I think that visually and just in photographs, this is more forgiving. Yes, it is still, ashy and dusty, and that came from the filing process. And then using my brush is also full of dust. But I do think that it just looks better on the light hand. I would even go to say get the lightest hand. Like I wouldn't, I don't know if I'm in a rush to buy the lightest hand, but I think that I would even see myself purchasing the lightest hand. I don't feel bad about not getting the whole hand, even though in videos it would be a little bit more realistic. So when I buy the lightest hand, I might get the whole hand. So I don't know, but I just think that with all the dust, my recommendation for sure is to go lighter, because it just will look better in videos. Also, you might just want to go with the lightest option just to show the comparison here.